What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? With my peeps, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Little bit of Taurus, lot of Taurus in your chart. This is a general reading. All about the healing. Look at here. I'm just gonna go ahead and get into the reading. You already know my spiel. You know my heart. We just gonna get into the reading. You have abundance, all right? Somebody is depressed, isolating themselves in their feelings about you. Now, when this abundance come up, this abundance is your success. See, abundance means different things to different people. See, these people that's fixated on you, these people that's looking at you, that's depressed and worried that you gonna do this, that they're concerned about tangible money. Tangible money means everything to them. See, money, if they have tangible money, they have status. They have, status. They are above. They are better than people if they can have this tangible money. But to you, and the real thing about money, that is not it. See, the key to why you are successful and fit you where it get in, why you are successful, and why in various readings that I do, I pick up some type of success, some type of abundance, some type of wealth, some type of something in that arena concerning you. Because the way you think and view money, and the way God view money, and the money and resources and your resources that God is bringing to you, God is surrounding you with, God is giving you, is totally different than what they're thinking. They all up in their head, depressed, in their feelings, hurt, broke down, busted, and disgusted over your abundance. Because your abundance is so much more than tangible money. A lot of you, they have more resources, more tangible money than you do. What you have, though, is more valuable than what they have. Because they can have more money than you, but they're miserable. They're in the dark spaces. They're in dark places. Everywhere they look around is darkness. Whereas with you, you may not have as much as them, but whatever you have, it multiplies. It multiplies not in tangible money, but it multiplies throughout your life, throughout your existence. You may have less, but you have more. And that is what they're finally getting. That's what your energy represents, more. Your energy represents abundance. Your energy represents success. Your energy represents favor. And all of those things is much, much more than tangible money. This is why you can move through life differently than other people. You don't have to have a lot of money. It would be nice. And some of you, you're going to have all of that. Some of you, you're going to have the tangible money. And some of you, you're not going to have the tangible money, but you're going to have much more than what tangible money can bring. Abundance comes in many ways. It's some people that have less don't have that heart, don't hardly have no money, and they are content. They are fulfilled because they have abundance. A call of abundance over their life. They not lacking nothing. They're not lacking nothing. They're fulfilled. They're happy. They're content with the little bit they have, because the little bit that they have mixed and added with their energy in the call of abundance and success over their life, they have much more freedom, much more freedom, much more content, fulfillment with life, with what really matters in their life, what really matters to them. And it don't have to be tangible money. That's for somebody. Because some of you is hooked up in that materialism. You thinking that money, having more money is going to make you happy, but it's not. It's not. Being content with what you have, being happy and content and fulfilled with what you have, being faithful and content with what you have will bring about abundance over your life. And then tangible money can come in at any time. But when tangible money come in, you will already be fulfilled. You will already be ready to take that tangible money to another level. Where it is that God is leading you, what God is, your journey, the rest of your journey, coincide and align with the Most High. That's what I'm getting off of that. This says it's not just money, it's free-flowing energy that opens up divine favor upon your life. And it says this is true wealth. Exactly. So that's for some of you. Okay, so this message is going to be in reference to an individual. What I'm getting from this, before I even get into this, is that some of you are asking questions. Some of you are asking questions. Some of you are not asking questions, but you need these answers. You need clarity of why somebody is that way, why somebody chose that path, why is that person dark, what happened to this person, something along that line. And so that's why these type of readings right here keeps coming out, is because some of you need answers so you can move on. Some of you, God wants to give you answers. God wants to give you clarity. You may not ask for it, but God wants to give this clarity to you, because God knows that once you gain this clarity, you can finally move on. You can finally not care. You can finally turn your back. I'm not talking to people who have found that clarity, have found those answers, has finally turned your back. I'm not talking to you. So you don't have to get in the comments and say, oh no, I'm not thinking about this person. I'm not talking to you. It is other people who are suffering. It is other people who have moved on, but they still have questions that never have been answered. And that is still preventing them from cutting that cord and cutting, because it's like closure. Now what I believe about closure when it comes to certain things like this, where somebody is constantly hurting you, constantly you were in a cycle, a vicious cycle with someone that really hurt you. You don't need that closure. You don't need their closure. You need to understand that that person is not for you. And you no longer need to hold on to someone that have hurt you the way this person has hurt you. They're not going to apologize. They're not going to give you that closure. And there's no need in you holding on to it. You give your own self closure. You walk away on your own terms. You take your power back. And when you take your power back, you speak to yourself and tell yourself you've got closure. You receive closure. The closure comes from you, not from them. And you close that cycle out. Now, some of you have closed the cycle out. However, you still, somewhere within your soul, somewhere within you, you still need answers. And so that is why these messages like this keep coming out. So let's get into it. This is you. This always represents you when we have these type of stories. You have went through a spiritual awakening, transformation. You're no longer the same. You woke. You as woke could be. You see people, you know people for who they truly are. When people tell you who they are, you believe them. You cut people off. You do not tolerate no BS. You don't tolerate nobody's BS. You're non-tolerant. You're unbothered. You don't want to be bothered. It's not that you're mean. It's not that you don't like people. It's not that you don't want to help people. It's that you help and you bother with people who deserve and who respects and honor the person that you are. You no longer invest in people who don't care nothing about you, that wants to just take from you, don't disrespect you. Do not respect and honor all that you are, all that you have done, all that you when you speak. They listen, but they don't give you any type of respect. They don't give you any type of honor in what it is that you say. They want to double talk you, take the credit of what you're saying, but don't give you nothing for it. But it came from you. It still want to take. But you're done with that. You're some type of psychic, some type of seer, prophet. This has all the clairs on there. So in some type, everybody's different, but in some type of way, you have a gift. You have a gift, and you woke. This also can symbolize that after you have, now that you woke, you are opening up with different gifts, and you're honoring your gifts, your talents, and your abilities. You're now honoring them, you walking in them, and you have accepted them. It could also mean that. All right. Okay, so what I got confused. I'm so confused, right? What is going on? What's just happened here is what that says. Energy vampire. Lovers in reverse. And father issues. Okay, so what I get right here, this is dealing with the masculine energy. Now, this could be a female or male in masculine energy. So it could be any one of them. All right, a man or a woman, but this is masculine energy. Now, when I drew these cards and I sat with them, a couple of things came because I couldn't figure something out. Let's talk about the father issues, because this is the brunt of everything. Hold on a second. Okay. Father issues. Okay, so this is a masculine energy. Again, man or female. I'm just saying masculine energy. Masculine energy that have issues with masculinity. They have an issue with the with men, with other men, and it started with their father. This masculine energy hates the man that he is because in some type of way it reminds him of his own father. Which this man, this masculine energy have deep-rooted animosity towards his father. Okay, her father, whatever it is. Okay, I'm gonna say he because it's easier for me, and I don't have to keep thinking. I can just flow. But it could be a man or a woman. But anyway, have this masculine energy, deep-rooted issues with their father. But when they look at themselves, they see their father, which makes them resent themselves, hate themselves as a person. In some type of way, this person probably looks like their father or resembles some things that their father do, mannerisms. In some type of way, this masculine energy resonates with their father. But the very thing that they resonate with their father in, they resent it, they hate it. Therefore, they hate themselves because they don't want to have anything to do with being anything concerning their father. Okay. They hate men. So this goes deeper. They hate men. They hate masculinity, which is the root. They have went through life hurting men. This father have really devastated, really hurt this masculine energy at its core. It is not telling me quite what it is, but I'm feeling the energy. This father destroyed this masculine energy in some type of way. And this masculine energy has never recovered, has never healed from this. Now, I'm saying that as I'm saying it as a man that's hating men. In the core of hating men, they hate themselves because it all stems from their father. The father destroyed this man at the core took his manhood away, took his self-respect away in some type of way. That this man went through life hating other men. Now, this is this. The flip side, or the other side to this, and this is why this is here. This man is confused about their sexuality. They're confused because on one side of the scale, they hate men, they hate themselves, they hate masculinity. But on the other hand, they're attracted, they want it, they long for it, they desire to be with other men. But they fight it. This is deep. This is rooted. This is what is behind the mask of a man or a woman. And flip it. If it's a woman, flip it. She may have problems with her father. She can have problems with her mother that makes her hate herself. Fit it where it get in. But this person is confused. So, here you are. You ain't got a breakthrough. You've moved on. You woke now. You're no longer in this person's life. You no longer is this person's lover. You're no longer this person's lover. But you never quite understood, understand, or overstand. You never quite got this person's behavior towards you. Now this is you, male or female. You woke. You've moved on. But the reason and what God is wanting you to get is that it was never you. It was never you that this person hated. It was never you that this person, it was never really personal towards you. This person hated themselves. They hated themselves. So they hated themselves, and they were confused about their sexuality. This is someone who would never. This is a man or a woman who they don't like what they say with their mouth. They hate that lifestyle. They hate the lifestyle of same sex. They would never be involved with that. They would never do that. All of these things are hidden within. However, we all know that things that's hidden and buried within, it manifests in other ways coming out on the outside. So instead, this person hate themselves. So if you were their lover or you were connected with them, you got the backlash of it. They hurt you because they hate themselves and they want to hurt themselves, and they cannot have the relationship that they truly want because they are, this whole feelings and emotions and all these things is hidden. And they can never, ever come out and actually have and be who and what they truly are. Because they will have to come in and heal what it is that has happened to them way back in their childhood concerning their father. Now, I'm saying father, but God, this could be something happened to this person. It could be another masculine energy. This don't have to be just a father. This could be any masculine energy that have truly hurt and traumatized this masculine energy. So when it came to you, you got the backlash. You're not the partner. You're not the relationship I want. You're not you are not. So you got disrespected, you got abused, you got neglected, you got ghosted, you got ridiculed, you got gossip, you got talk to nasty and vicious. All because this person was not healed, has not healed this father issue, these masculine energy issues, and have not addressed the self-hate that they have of their manhood, their masculinity. All of these issues, all of everything. But then here you are with all this light, all this brilliance, all this love. All you wanted to do was love. All you wanted to do was, show this person that there is love and that what love feel like, and you wanted to give. But this person couldn't receive anything that you could give. It was never you. It was never about you. It was always about them and what they were hiding, what they were not speaking and speaking the truth. It was all a facade. It was all a mask. Because they were confused about what they wanted in a relationship. Do they want a man? Do they want a woman? And then furthermore, they never even acknowledged, even addressed that issue with that masculine energy, that trauma. That was never even addressed, because that is what that not being addressed is what added to the self-hate. It egged on as this person got older. It egged on that self-hate, the confusion, the desires, the feelings, the emotions. And then here you come. All this love, and all this person wanted to do is just rip you a new one for no reason, because they have never experienced that love. They've never known that type of love. And when you are given that love, it's like they can't accept it, because all of this stuff makes them go back to the beginning where they should have gotten this love. They hate you for giving it, but they wanted the love to come from, but it never did. They got traumatized when they were supposed to be given that love, but then here you are. It's two different it's two different things. A lot of confusion, but a lot of this stuff was a mask. This person was suffering in silence. Now, let me say this. This person was suffering. However, there is no excuse to totally ruin someone. So this person was traumatized, so this person traumatized you. No. And we know hurt people hurt people. We know that. But you still, at the end of the day, you have a choice. You have a choice. You can let this person, if you know that you ain't right and you're not doing right, you don't continue to keep on dumping and keep on traumatizing somebody. Even though the person you traumatizing can stand up and walk away and move on to protect their own soul and salvation, it still doesn't give you the right to do it. It's two sides of a coin here. Because you could stop and remove yourself out of that person's life because you know you ain't right. But oftentimes these people in this position don't do that. They get they get something out of dumping and traumatizing other people because they were traumatized. They keep the cycle going instead of them removing themselves. They keep it going. And so the lesson for them is to acknowledge what they're doing, that they're doing the same thing that was done to them. And that the lesson to them is to end the cycle. To end that cycle and remove themselves, heal themselves, acknowledge what's happened to them, heal themselves, and release the situation. And then the lesson for the person that they're traumatizing is to stand in their power, take their power back, remove themselves from this situation because this is not the situation for them. This person is not for them. And to remove themselves out of this situation, take their power back, turn their back on the situation and walk away. So ultimately, this whole situation is a lesson to be learned by two different people need to learn a lesson. Ultimately. So this person was confused. It was never about you, but it was dumped on you because this person was traumatized. They wanted to traumatize you and hurt you because you were full of love. You were love, and you were love that they never experienced, they never had. So they didn't know how to handle your love. They didn't know how to handle you. Only thing they know how to do is fumble you, hurt you, ridicule you, disdain you, walk on you, treat you like trash. Because really, deep inside, everything that they're dumping is how they feel about themselves. They don't know how to treat anybody right because they feel like nobody has ever treated them right. They feel like their life is just one big sore. One big sore that somebody just keep taking the scab off each time. They're a walking wound. They didn't deserve it, but you didn't deserve it either. You learned a valuable lesson from this person, but I don't know in this message, did they actually learn the lesson? Because we got energy vampire here. So if this person did not learn their lesson, they're going around ciphering people's energy because they're a walking wound with all of this. Each year, each year, each day, each hour that things happen, they put it inside this big old wound. They dump it in the wound. And they're walking in life like they're normal on the outside, but in the inside, they're nothing but a wound. All this hurt, all this pus, all this pain, all this stuff is in this wound. And the wound never heals. Because this person keep dumping and taking the scab off and keep dumping more stuff into this. Keep dumping. And so, because the wound can't heal, this person goes through life ciphering other people's energy, taking other people's energy, stealing other people's energy so they can survive and so they can continue to feed this wound that they won't heal. And it's nobody else's fault. It's nobody else's responsibility, because at the end of the day, you healed your wound. And you woke up to the truth about who you are, the truth about what you accepted, why you accepted these things from these people, why did you allow people to hurt you, why did you accept this relationship, why did you stay so long? Why did you allow this person to abuse you, neglect you, physically abuse you, mentally abuse you? Why? This is all in this spiritual awakening. Because in a spiritual awakening, it allows you to see all your darkness, all your pain, all your choices, all your decisions, and you have to go through all of those things. And through going through that process, you become woke to the truth about who you are, why you are, what you are, how you got here. And then with your spiritual gifts, allow you to see even more of what is going on through spiritual eyes. This person wants to come back in, but this person is still broken. And really, that's just a thought. That's just a thought that they want. I wish I could come back in. I wish I could be with this person again. I like who I was when I was with this person. Even though I wasn't right, I was able to accept. I was able to see things from a different perspective. And that's because of your energy. Anybody you around, your energy boosts them up where they can see and they can be able, their mind is clear. They're more positive than they would ordinarily be. And this person notice a difference from when you were in their life than when you were not in their life. They know the difference. They feel the difference, and they really want to come back, but they know that they know that it is over. This is somebody that know that it's over. They know that luck has passed them by. The time with you has passed by. They're disappointed that things has ended the way that it ended. They're disappointed in themselves the way they treated you. Even though they have not changed, they have an understanding of what's right and what's wrong. And now they're acknowledging by looking at their past how they did you wrong, and that you did not deserve any of that. You'll never get an apology. You'll never get that acknowledgement. But this is what they're thinking. This is what that they're thinking at a time as this, that they wish they had done you better. They wish that they could still have access to you. That they clearly made some deep-rooted mistakes concerning you. Because they are actually able to see in the background, far, far away, see the changes and to see the things that you have become, the person that you have become, and they see the difference. They know that you're mature and that you have really transformed into something beautiful. Now, you're not perfect, but to them, the changes that you have made is perfect. To them, you are perfect, because the changes that you made, the transformation that you went through, the things that you went through, the overhaul that you have manifested is something that they feel like they never could have and would never obtained. So to them, you are absolutely perfect in their eyes, because you did something that they could never do. They would never have the courage to do. So to them, in their eyes, their physical eyes, you're perfect. And I think I'm going to leave it right there. What is this? Yeah, I talked about that. I'll leave it right there. So if you are interested, we're getting down to June 6th soon. So from May 9th to June 6th, I am really going through the comments. If you have not, you just here for the first time, or you have not been consistent in watching the videos, you need to go back, hit the playlist, go back, look at the videos, and comment. Because I'm looking for May 9th, who has been commenting from May 9th to June 9th, who has liked, shared, and who has, I said comment, liked, share, and who has subscribed to my other channel, What About the Healing. Like I said, I'm not consistent on there right now because this is my focal point. But when I am going to be, I'm being consistent here, and then I'm going to add consistency to my other channel. So being consistent here and then working on it. And so when I am consistent on the other channel, then I need you to be able to get on there, because Taurus is not your only sign. You have other signs, and that other channel is for other signs. So you have other signs in your chart that can, if you, once you get those various readings, can come, you can get, you know, let's just say you're Taurus sun and your rising is Libra. Well, you can get the Taurus here and then get the Libra on the other channel and put everything together to make a complete whole reading for yourself. So with that being said, that if you want to be considered for getting a coaching session with me, that's what I need you to do. In the comments, you need to Express. When you read, when you're looking at the reading, you need to express in the comments your thoughts, how you feel, what happened to you, if you want to share that. But it needs to be something that I can connect with you with. Just saying, oh, I want to be considered for the coaching session, that don't connect me with you, because I don't know, I haven't, you're not telling me anything. You're not expressing. If it resonated with you, if it don't resonate with you, you say, well, this didn't resonate with me, but I know somebody, or I can relate to this, or I understand, speak. And I know a lot of you have a hard time with writing, but if this is what you want from me, I need to know who I'm dealing with before I give you a coaching session. And just saying, oh, I want to be, no, that don't do it. But I am reading the comments, and some of you, it's like maybe one or two that is I'm getting. So keep it up. And if I can't get connected, we're gonna go longer until I get those two people that I'm gonna do this coaching session with. Again, whoever you are, don't ask to be in a coaching session. Don't ask to be in a coaching session with me and you don't want to do the work, or you don't want to receive what I'm saying. Because like I said, I'm not going to play with you. By the time it gets to me and I pick you, we getting ready to get to work. We're getting ready to get to the heart of the matter. We're getting ready to get some things, some understanding, and overstanding about your situation. And I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. Because by the time it comes to the actual coaching session, it's time to get to work. So don't put your name on it if you ain't ready for it. Because all I'm going to do is cut it short, and I'm going to be done with that and pick somebody else. I'm not going to deal with people who do not want to do the work. It's not serious. All right. So with that being said, that's that. All right. So with that, I'm going to say, I'm sending you love. I'm sending you healing your way, and Trinity is